Well, hello, everybody. This is let me mute it. Okay, there we go. Make sure everybody is muted. It is December 29th, if you can believe it. And I'm very happy to have a few people here. And the question that we polled, this is the was what, which is great for the new year if you think about it. This is a great question for the new year. Is there anything you would want to do more consistently? So some people talked about taking better care of themselves. Some talked about better organizational skills. Um, and then think of anything that you can think of that you would, and maybe it's like your New Year's resolution. What could you do more of consistently? And that's the thing, consistently, right? So, ooh, this is the one, people watching, which I did recently do a lot of people watching. But it says go to a crowded area and just watch the people around you for 30 minutes. You're never alone in whatever you're going through. Find empathy in observing others. So, hey, if you haven't been around people, maybe go to a mall, or somewhere where there's a lot of people, concert, um, or a service, right? Your religious or, something where there's a lot of people watching. So something to challenge yourself until we meet again, which I know it's the new year, just a few days away, if you can believe it. I guess that's 2 days away, which I haven't even thought about what to do. I think I'll just go to bed early for New Year's. I know. Um, but I wonder if Buck Hill, if you live locally, Buck Hill sometimes does fireworks, which is really pretty to watch on the white snow, that reflective light. But if you can stay up till midnight, that can be the hard part in the wintertime. Um, but I'm doing pretty good well at staying up later now. But uh, let's see. I don't know if I pulled this one, but this one doesn't have a, well, yeah, the cat book. I always like to do that. Can't read it backwards. So an alley cat is as proud as a Persian. I'm not getting that one. An alley cat is proud as a Persian. So I know, but cats are cute. It always makes me smile when I think of cats or any animals. Dogs are cute too. They're just more work. Um, so I'm glad that you're able to come. I know some of you, it doesn't any preference movement first or chanting, probably movement. Movement feels kind of good. Yesterday I did a practice and it was a pretty view and it was fun just to do some movement gentle. So let's stand up if you're feeling comfortable and we'll do some movement. Oh yeah, that's right. Last time I had it nice and dim. We had a nice solstice gathering. Let me see if I can change the light. And then that way you can see the sparkly light. Okay, there we go. I think you can still see me, right?
Yeah.
All right, there's another person coming in. It's a name I have not seen before. Did anybody, I wonder if anybody referred anybody.
Mm.
Um, but I could let them in and then just see. Um, and then kick them out if they don't show their face.
Oh.
And hello, we're recording right now. Hi, yay. From daily meditation. Yes, okay, great. We're just about to do some movement. Um, what you missed earlier, we shared, but I'm recording now, but at the end, when we're not recording, you can let me know. But this was the question that we asked. So you can think about it now. Is there anything you want to do more consistently of? And uh, people watching. It's recommending going into a crowded area and watch people and have empathy. Find empathy in observing others. So realizing you're never alone. So I think you guys can see me good, right? I
Mhm.
made it a little bit more dimmer so you can see the sparkly lights in the background. So we're gonna do let's do some Tai Chi Cha. But I always like to do a little bouncing, shaking, bending the wrists, bending the elbows and thinking about, right, it's the new year coming up, 2026.
Mhm.
I know, hard to believe. And oops, I just realized I thought I muted. There we go. Make sure people don't. Um, yeah, looks like everybody's muted. Just make it. Yeah, that's good. I don't have my glasses on. So now let's turn side to side while you're still bouncing. Having the hands go side to side. Feels good to get that motion. And then let's bring the hands up higher, tapping the lung meridians, which is by the clavicle and the shoulder blades. Just a gentle tap. And then this is a nice fun bending the wrist. This is something that we do in Spring Forest, but I don't follow in this pre-class. I don't do 100% Spring Forest. I don't do 100% of any one movements, but I try to give you a taste of different practices. I am offering classes next week at Apple Valley Senior Center on Wednesday. Looks like we have enough people for those classes. It'll be a beginner's class at 10:15 and 11 a.m. There'll be a intermediate advanced class. And then I don't have anybody registered for the 196 yet, so that might be a no-go for this. But hey, I'm sure it'll pick up in the springtime again. But if people are interested, if you know anyone, let them know to register for the 196 Tuesday evening. So coming down to the center, which is okay. It's good to hibernate and rest more in the winter. So taking a nice deep breath, feeling relaxed in our body. So like this is the posture. It's hard to tell. I know it's a little bit dimmer, but we want the knees slightly bent. So that's locked, soft, right? Just very subtle. So play with that. If you haven't played with that before, pelvis is tucked, right? We don't have the pelvis out, tucked under. So the back is straight. Hip, shoulders, ears are in alignment. If you're in a chair, just make sure your back is straight with your ears. Make sure your pelvis is not tilted. You're in a nice sitting position. So I always like to ground myself before I do a little practice, if you're able. Grounding just means being aware of my surroundings, right? Feeling like I have roots growing into the earth and yet feeling lifted towards the sky. And Tai Chi Chop practice, they like to have the palms facing the earth. I kind of like it too. Daisy Lee is another instructor that's amazing. She does Radiant Lotus Qigong. She likes to do, I've noticed this a lot too. So it's a very common practice in a lot of Qigongs to feel grounded. So feeling soft in the elbows and the shoulders, the joints and the hips, right? Nice and soft. And let's begin with rocking motion. That is from Tai Chi Chop. So what you basically do, go on the back of your heel and then shift your weight. Have the palms facing forward, turn the wrist over and shift the weight back. So footwork wise, we're shifting the weight to the balls of our foot, going on lifting the heels and then placing the heels back down, shifting the weight back into the heels. So shift the weight to the balls. Now we go on the balls of the feet. They rise, hands follow. And shift the weight, hands go back. Good. And it almost kind of looks like you're scooping something up. Maybe you're in water. Maybe you're in space. You feel lightweight. It's effortless. Or maybe you're a sloth. I like that image of a sloth at the Como Zoo. If you guys haven't gone there, the Como Zoo has sloths, which are really fun to watch. They just look so graceful. And let's do that 2 more times, the same movement. Going on the balls of the feet, hands come down, shift the weight to the back, and forward again, and then coming back. Bringing the hands and the foot comes up Hands separate and come to rest. Hold it for a few seconds and then release. I love that practice. And then I think of the thoughts when I have my hands. Who would I be without my story? Common phrase by Byron Katie, and then let go. I would feel a lot lighter. I feel a lot more freer, right? So let's now do the next move. That's bird flaps its wings. I just feel like doing a little bit of Tai Chi chop. Palms go out, facing the ground, balls of the feet. And then we come back slower, hands coming to the belly, the dantian. Hands going out again, second time. Slower on the return. Third time, we do 1.5 circles, 1.5, right? Coming back. That's one set. Now we do 2 more, then coming back, doing that again for the second time. And the third time, 1.5 circles. And coming back, one more set. And then coming back, shifting the weight back on the heels. So feeling comfortable within your balance, balls of the feet, and coming back. And one more time. More circles. And then hands comes to center, hands rise up, separate and come to rest. Who would I be without my stories? My phrase. And then let go. All right, let's do around the platter. Let's do 3 of these movements. Around the platters, chest height, and nice comfortable distance, not right next to you, not too far out. And then we're going to shift the weight with left foot in front at a nice comfortable distance and shift the weight. So the movement comes up the feet and it's expressed through your hands. So we don't want to go like this, or like the hands doing it. It comes from the feet up the body and expressed through the hands. So just play with that. If you've never felt that before, never heard that before, just go slow enough so you can notice. A lot of times we go too fast and we don't notice, right? Totally normal. Maybe you can pretend you're a sloth. And coming back, good. Keeping the hands together close. If you look at your hands, it might look like an upside down smile. Or you can just imagine you're circling a beautiful platter. Maybe it's a nice sterling silver one or crystal bowl. And let's do that 2 more times. So typically people do it 9 times. I'm doing it longer, 9. And let's do it 1 more. Hands come back. Lift the foot, hands separate and come to rest. Feeling nice and relaxed. All right, shift the weight. Now we do it in front. Now we do the right leg. So I'm mirroring you. So shift the weight, hands go. And I shift the weight, the hands come back. So I shift the weight, hands go, and then come back. And if you're in a chair, you just kind of pretend like you're getting out of the chair. You don't tilt the pelvis stays straight. And anytime something feels uncomfortable, I ask you to stop and imagine instead or watch. They don't want you to do this practice if you're injured. I know one time I was trying to get my teacher accreditation and I got injured and like my hips were hurting a lot. And they actually was telling me, no, don't do it at all. And some practices they tell you to modify, but this one they said don't do it at all. Just let your body rest. And let's do that 2 more times. My classes that I teach, they tell you to modify, make it smaller, do what you can. So it's interesting how every practice is different. Hands separate and come to rest. Beautiful. So for folks who've been with me the last few weeks, let's do a quick review of Embrace Tiger, Push Mountain. So this is a form movement. It's a Sun style, and it's from Tai Chi for Arthritis or Sun 21. It's in that form. We also do it in Sun 41 because that's the same movement, but 20 more movements. So I'm going to go in a side position. So the starting position is what it has. It looks like you're doing heads up, seven up, if you know that game. But it looks like you have a coffee cup. You just put the coffee cup on the table, hands go flat. We step back and embrace tiger. The tiger's sitting on the forearms. So you embrace the baby cub tiger and then you push mountain. So it's such a simple move. And let me see if I can get further back so you can see my feet better. So we're in this position. All the weight is in one leg. This is an empty foot, so just kind of keeping our balance. We're going to step back, which kind of gets the hands flat, lift up the foot, and sink. That's an embrace tiger. Step forward, follow step, push mountain. So these hands really don't move at all. It's just, it comes along with the ride. So same sturdy position. We don't have to change our feet. We're in the right position. So first thing we do, step back. That causes our hands to separate and go flat. And bring the foot in. Step forward, follow step. Now I'm going to go straight on in case that helps you see better. Okay. So it's actually the stepping back that helps us to have the hands go flat. So you can even try that alone. Step back, hands go flat. And then I shift the weight and I lift that toe of the front foot and then I sink. And then the hands kind of go flat too at the same time. I step forward, follow step. That's push mountain. Just make sure the trick in this movement is make sure you're not like this. Very common. Don't feel bad if it's hard to maintain that outward distance. Totally normal. So let's do that a few more times. So what do? We step back, right? That causes the body to release, shift the weight, lift the front foot, sink, step forward, push mountain. Good. Let's try it on the other side if you haven't yet. And I'll do it from this side just so you see it from a different angle, right? So this one, all your weight is one leg. Do your opposite leg, whatever you were doing. So step back, right? Hands go flat. Shift the weight, pick up the front foot and sink. Step forward, push move. For me, this feels like a dance move. So same position, right? So usually the leg step back, that is, the thumb up or coffee cup. So step back, hands go flat, and step forward, push mountain. And again, so we're in that table, coffee cup, step back, and bring the foot in, step forward, follow step. Well, let's do that maybe two more times so you just kind of get a feel for it. So my hands are here, step flat, embrace mountain, step forward. Embrace tiger, put mountain. Embrace mountain. I just came up with a new one. And it looks like somebody is here. Yay. Somebody we all know. Most of it we all know. So yay. I'm gonna make sure they're muted just to okay, they are muted. Okay, great. So welcome. We're just reviewing some movements. With the thumbs up. So glad you're here. Yay. So we're doing that some thumbs up, seven up. I love that. Heads up, some of the, or pretend like you got a coffee cup, right? So we're going to step back, hands go flat, shift the weight, lift the foot, bring the foot in, step forward, push mountain. All right, so that is some nice move. Let's call that a nice ending close. Nice little review of Embrace Tiger. And let's just do some nice random, some qigong moves just to give you another little bit flavor. So let's do gathering qi, hands circle around, and then have the hands slowly go down the center. Cultivating, inhale, and soothing. Let's do that again. Maybe lengthening our knees and sinking, bending the knees, a micro bend, feeling always comfortable. You can make this movement smaller, going to your shoulder, or you can make it bigger, going to your forehead. Gather the abundance all around us, right? There's beauty in just letting go, right? And seeing what you want more of, right? Let's think of what we want more. The new year is coming, so maybe you want more love, more joy, more friends, more opportunities, more money, right? Let's think of more abundance, more joy for everybody, right? More peace. Let's gather, 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 keep gathering what we want more of. Harmony, right? That balance between earth and uh, resources of nature. And let's gather and bring that in. And then we're going to flip it, have the hands go up, releasing what may be stuck, right? What isn't flowing in our life? What do we want to do more consistently? That was the question for today. Is if you could do something more consistently, what would that be? So letting go of those blockages. Maybe it's just forgetting, right? Maybe it's just not making the time. Maybe it's the distraction of our phones, right? Putting our phones down. There's a fun song that a mutual friend Drew taught us. It's actually from another lady. I got to meet the lady through Drew, who sings it, but it's like get your phone, whatever you need done, and turn it off. So what's blocking you? Is it guilt, shame? Is it not seeing the light in yourself, seeing value, not seeing the joy, the beauty? And let's do that two more times. Letting go what blocks us. So all that we see is love. And one more time. And then have the hands come down. Good. Let's do a nice beginning movement. This is from Shabashi, hands coming up, and then let's just call that good. And then the hands just coming down. You don't have to tilt your head down because this is the Shabashi move, but it's bringing the hands up and down. I find that I naturally want to go on the balls of my feet to shifting my weight as the hands go up. That's what I find my body doing. See what your body's doing. As the hands rise, does your heels lift or stay lifted, in the ground in your feet? Just notice, what does that feel like if you shift your weight as the hands go up, shift it forward on the balls of your feet. And then as the hands go down, the heels go down. And then notice not doing anything with your feet, just the hands going. And how does that feel? What are you wanting more of? And what do you want less of? And let's do that two more times. And one more. I did do extra movement today. I'm just looking at the time, like, holy buckets. We got to sing and we got to chant still. So hands slowly come down, bringing the hands to the center. Beautiful practice. And you can have a seat if you were standing. If you're sitting, stay seated. Um, I thought I would share a song and then we can do some chanting. There is a song. Um, there was a fun event because I don't know if anyone has heard of, but there's this thing called Music Makes Community. And in that, there's a lady that sings a song, which I saw it earlier today. And it has like it's Hymn of the Russian Earth is actually the name of it. And it's a hard one to sing, so I don't know if I'll be perfect at it, but I wanted you guys to hear it. And I'll put the lyrics, in the recording. But it goes, if people live their lives. Okay, I'll just say it first. So it goes, if people live their lives as if they were a song, for singing out the light, provides the music for the stars to be dancing circles in the night. So I don't know if anybody has heard that before. Okay, so it goes. If okay, okay. If people live their lives, okay. Now, of course, now when you're trying to teach it for the first time, you can't remember it. Okay, if people live their lives as if they as their worst. Okay, I'm not doing this justice at all. If people live their lives as if they were a song, singing for singing out the light. Okay, I am not nailing that at all. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a different one. You know what else? Another song just came to my song um, was a song that Barbara McAfee teaches. So I think I'm not gonna do that one today. I need more practice with that song. um, but or it'll come to me later as soon as I'm teaching this other one, right? But it's a Barbara McAfee song called it's a Navajo prayer. And it goes, when you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, you, we cry and you rejoice. There we go. So my voice is not good today, but we'll enjoy it and sing it, and we'll do it a few times. So it goes, when you were born, you cried. So try that. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced, and the world, there we go, rejoice. So together, those two parts. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. One more time, just so you feel goes. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, so that but kind of has a crescendo down effect. Live your life so that when you die. So that, again, that part. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. So the world cries and you rejoice. Well, third time. You cry and the world rejoice. So from the top. So let me know, and if you haven't nailed it, that's okay. My voice is a little, I haven't done my vocal warm-up exercises, so but just have fun with it. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. Two more times, maybe feel it. Um, when you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. One more time. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. So that is supposed to be a Navajo prayer. And I know Barbara McAfee recorded it. I don't think it's her original, but it could be. So I'll put a link. That other song wasn't meant to be sung tonight, which the Russian hymn we'll try another time. Just wasn't coming to me. But we were before the recording, several of us was talking about people who have passed away in the last week or two. So I feel like that is a perfect song. I think that song was coming through instead. So there's no accidents when that happens. So it's a beautiful. When I heard that song, it makes you cry. But it's a good motto to live by, right? I mean, you know, if the world's not rejoicing when you die, something went wrong. You want to do more good than bad. So let's take a nice sip of water. I see some people. Why don't we do the lymphatic massage? So have a piece of cloth or a jacket or a scarf or a friend nearby because we're going to do that lymphatic massage and then we'll end with the chanting. So we might go a little bit over because I did too much movement today um, for the time frame. And plus, we had fun talking. It's so nice to have so many people on the last class of the year, 2025, if you can believe it. It'll be the new year next year. I can't believe it's in 2, 3 days. So take a sip of water if you haven't. All right, so let's take our fingers right here. Just gently either push up or down, and it should be super gentle. So, like, you know how you see, I just very briefly creasing, and that's your lymphatics. We're trying to work on the lymphatics. So if you have any certain health issues that you think you shouldn't be doing this, don't. But it's pretty safe if you're very gentle. So either up or down, taking 6 deep breaths. So nice inhale and exhale. Second time, filling up the belly, trying to do that belly breathing if you can. And you can breathe through in your nose, out your mouth, whatever, out, mouth breathing, nose breathing, or both, whatever feels good. Let's do that a third time. Filling up that belly, see if it will expand even more. And exhale. Let's do that for another time. Two more. Inhale. And the last time. For me, I usually feel a lot more relaxed. It feels like an instant computer reboot for my nervous system. So gently going down the face, the hands going down to the clavicle. We're doing this 5 times. And you can see it's just very gentle. And now we're going to go over the ears. Your hair might get funny at this point, like mine, but going around the ears, leading to the clavicle. That's that between the neck. And then one more time. Now going through the hair and around or over your skull. If you have no hair. And one more time. And now I always just pull up my hair behind because it looks funny. Now we're going to go behind the ears, tracing down to the clavicle 5 times. Just very gentle, very loving. Should be easy. Doing one side at a time. Other side. I guess you could try to do both time. I've never tried doing both. I think that would be confusing to the body. And then let's do around the chest. So for if you're a woman, it's down, all on the side, going up. If your hands are up, or you can have it down, but it's a upward motion from the base of your chest. And now we're gonna go up and over if you're a female, or straight across if you're a male. I guess some males have up and over too. Depend on your body mass. And then let's do from the sternum on the same side that you were just at, leading it to the clavicle, upward motions, and kind of starting at the lower base, not too far, but now we do the other side. I know for me, this actually, I feel like, I can feel like, oh, I've moved some fluids, um, and then let's go. over the chest, leading it to the clavicle. This is a great routine if you can do it in the shower. You It goes really fast when you're wet. Don't do it when you're dry. That would be slow. It's better with clothes or water. And now that upward motion, and this just really helps. I know for me, when I feel like I'm tanking, and now we grab the scarf or that extra towel, or if you have a friend, do that 5 upward strokes behind between the shoulder blades, and I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we do the other side. I know it feels weird, but there's a lot of lymphatics between your shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just massaging that. It's that simple. And the last movement is going down, leading it to the clavicle. So this is a good thing to do every day if you can. Um, it's a Dr. Perrin technique, and he's out of London, England, I think, or in the UK. He's, Britain, however the right word is for that. I know, like, there's so many words, right? Britain, UK. Uh, so take a sip of water. We're going to go into chanting now. Love that. That's kind of our meditation. Sometimes I do a guided meditation, looking at the time, not today. But we're going to do a lot of chanting for the next probably 10 minutes. So have water close by if you can. Have fun with it. Doesn't have to be good or perfect. It's just getting that vibrations. First word is going to be Om from the chest. And then we're going to do an sound 5 times, which is the back of the throat. An oo, which is more the lips, like the throat coming out your lips. And then we're going to do an E sound that resonates into the sinuses. And then we're going to do an EU, an EU sound, which is like the overtones, which are in the back of your palate of your throat, which is really fun. Okay, so grab some water, take a sip, take a nice deep breath. Om. Again. Om. Again. Om. Om. And last time. Om. Taking a moment to soften the body. Ideally, if you're doing this on your own, I would wait 2 minutes before we do another chant, but we are out of time. So we're going to move on to the next sound, which is that like the back, like ing, sing, that ing sound. So take a nice deep breath. Mm. Take a nice deep breath. Ing. Third time. Ing. Deep breath. Ing. And one more time, fifth time. Ing. Taking a moment to soften the body. Make sure your jaw's relaxed. Like I said, if you were doing this at home, take a 2-minute break. But we're going to move on into the ooh sound, puckering your lips. You might feel a nice, fun vibration with your lips or in your teeth when you do this. Take a sip of water if you need. And let's do 5 sounds of ooh. So, a nice deep breath. Oh. 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 And one more time. Oh. Taking a moment to let the body soften, feel that wonderful vibration. Taking a sip of water if that feels good. I want to do the sound E, which is that forward resonance. Like they say, country singers have that kind of ing, twang. See if you can say twang and, get that ing, which is kind of like the ing, but twang, more of another ing sound, but up here, not in the back of the throat. So it's crazy if you've never done this before. It's fun. Just put the intention there. That's what matters. It will go there. So take a nice deep breath. Might be a higher pitch for you. That's okay. And let's begin. E. Again. E. Again. E. Two more times. And one more time. Take a moment to soften the body. Then we're going to do it one more time, which is the EU sound. E to oo, oo to E. First time it'll just be one time, and then we'll try to go back near the end. Just play with it, have fun with it. Let's begin. Nice deep breath. E Doing that again. E O. Let's try to reverse it, taking a nice deep breath, starting with ooh. Ooh. More time like that. Ooh. We'll do two more, but playing with it, e, ooh, and going back. See if you can do it twice. It's kind of fun to push yourself and see if you can do it. So let's start with E because I think that's easier. Nice deep breath. E, ooh, e. And let's try it with ooh first, going to E and then back to ooh one last time. Ooh. Normal breathing. It's kind of fun to play with that. It's fun setting your intention and how that can carry sound waves. And those sound waves carry healing. They can break up stuck blockages. They can help with healing. There's so many amazing benefits. And there is a book called Nitric Oxide Breathing, which is what they do. They recommend chanting 5 times, but taking a 2-minute break because they say there's no benefit after that. And it's good to let the body kind of go down and then do it again. So if you're dealing with any bugs or critters, right, I know there's a few people sick, it might help. They say can help with the sinuses, reduce sinus infections. Diet also plays a role in that, but it's something it can help, right? Move blockages, just like movement, singing does. I know I feel better, more energized. I do these things because they make me feel good, and I love sharing it with others, uh, right? Sharing the world, making the world a better place, right? One day at a time, one moment at a time. And I want to thank so much for you to coming. So for folks that came a little bit later, this was the question. So when we turn off, you could answer it. If you can read it, it says, is there anything you want to do more consistently? And then the challenge till we meet again is people watching. So it says, go to a crowded area and look at people around you for 30 minutes and realize you're never alone in whatever you're going through and find empathy in observing in others. So go to, check out a mall if you can't find a busy place, and check those things out. So thank you so much for coming. I can't believe this is the last one of 2025. And like I said, enjoy this week and many blessings to you all. So thank you. And there it is.